Dear friends, today I'm going to introduce to you our family book, Little Apples. First about myself. My name is ZHANNA JARMYN. I was born in Vladivostok, the far east of Russia, USSR at that time. When I was 1 year old, my family moved to Odessa in Ukraine, where I spent most of my life until my immigration to the United Kingdom. Last 13 years, I live and work as a math lecturer in London. English is my third language, but now it is the one that I use the most. 3 years ago, my husband and I joined Toastmasters International Club to improve our public speaking skills. During these years, I enjoy writing and delivering my short speeches, my short stories. As I have them a lot, I decided to share my stories with a wider audience, publishing them as a book. After lengthy discussion with my family in Odessa, we decided to publish a bilingual English-Russian book. As you can see, from this side, it is in English, Little Apples. And from this side, in Russian, Яблочки. All stories are short, easy and fun to read. They can be used for people learning English or Russian languages. This is the first book from a new series called Family Books, because it was created by a few members of the same family. My small niece, Настя Беспояска, wrote 10 stories in Russian, and I translated them into English. I wrote 20 of my stories first in English and then translated them into Russian. Funny enough, it was not that easy to translate into my native language. Is it because I don't use it much in Britain, or because structure of languages are different? I don't know. But my editor says that it did not sound right first. My editor, Sergei Kozlov, is an honored teacher of Russian language and literature, and he is Nastya's grandfather and my late sister Nelly's husband. He made me change after change after change Russian version of my stories. It is interesting that Nastya would not allow him to change her stories, but she is a child. What we can demand from her? By the way, she done all the illustrations in book, including cover, and this is an example of her paintings. Little Apples is my first book, and we learned a lot of new skills while creating it. And one of the things I learned that it takes a lot of effort and money to create a book, even this size. And as all authors in the world, I want people to buy and to read it, so that we could feel that our efforts are rewarded. If you live in London, you can buy it in a famous bookshop, Foyles. And another one, which is a new one, but also well-known, Русский мир. If you don't live in London, you can buy it online. And if you find it difficult to buy it online, drop me a line. This is my email address, zhanna.jarmyn@btinternet.com. Apart from promoting and selling our book, we are looking for families to continue our series, creating book together, encourages creativity and make family bonds stronger. Sometimes it's increasing your telephone bills as well, but never mind, it's worth it. Also, we are looking for people who would translate and publish this book in different languages so that we can start international movement, family books. If you wish to contribute to this movement as a writer, as a publisher, sponsor, filmmaker, or if you have any good ideas about it, drop me a line. If you ask me why do we call this book Little Apples, I would say because it is symbolic, and also there is a story with the same name in this book, which I am going to read to you now. When I was a child, my family lived in a communal flat, sharing the kitchen, corridor, and toilet with another family. Once they bought a string bag full of red apples, and for some reason hung it on the window hook in the toilet. As I went there, I saw and admired the apples, fresh, juicy, and fragrant. I immediately fell in love with them. I was thinking about them all the time. Our neighbors were not friendly to us, and I wasn't even considering asking for an apple. As I could feel their divine taste in my mouth, I thought, what if I just take one apple? They would not notice. No, they probably counted them all. Well, then I could bite a little bit from each apple. The number would not change. Inspired by this great idea, I ran into the toilet, climbed onto the radiator, from there onto the windowsill, and here they are, the apples. I pushed my small hand into bag and took one, which was just smiling at me with its pink and red cheeks. I closed my eyes as I bit it. The juice poured into my mouth. The taste was even better than I expected. Another apple, then another. When I had sampled them all, I was happy, ran away and forgot all about them. There were plenty of other amazing things to explore and to do in that wonderful childhood world. In the evening, when our neighbors returned from their work, they discovered what had happened to their apples and worked out who might have done this. They went straight to my parents to complain and perhaps make a scandal if they could. After listening to them, my father said, well, you probably understand that it could not be our child. We do feed her well, she is not hungry. But if she wanted your apples, she would take one and eat it. Who in their right mind would take a bit from each apple? It was probably a rat. A rat? A rat? Well, it will be another story about a rat. Dear friends, thank you for being with me during this short presentation. After a while, I plan to record a few more, reading some of the stories from this book and new ones which have not been born yet but about to appear. I wish you and people you love the very best health and prosperity. Keep in touch and goodbye for now.